Well, I just had a nice healthy dinner, so that means that I'm going to be hungry any second now. So I'm shooting this on my phone today. It's my new Google Pixel 2. I'm digging it. A lot of people have been on the fence looking for new Android phones going between mainly the Samsung Galaxy 9S and the Pixel 2. And I was on the fence. The final deciding factors for me were basically two things. One is price. They were actually comparable prices, but getting the 128 gigabyte storage version of the Pixel 2 cost the same as getting the 64 gigabyte version of the Galaxy S9 or 9S, whatever the hell they call it now. So that was a kind of a no-brainer. Then the other thing was the camera. The camera on the Pixel 2 is pretty baller. It's actually much better as a still camera than as a video, but I think that's has to do with the onboard camera app than it does with the actual camera itself. I do want to, one of these days, download the Filmic app, which allows you much greater control over your smartphone camera. There's people doing really incredible cinematic video work with their smartphones, which is really funny to me because smartphone makers are putting a lot more effort into making their phones like these really rich multimedia production devices, even more so than like traditional camera manufacturers. So anyway, speaking of filmmaking, I haven't picked up my actual camera in like 2 weeks. I've been juggling projects. One of them is this documentary that I'm still not quite ready to talk about, mainly because I'm still trying to settle on the title. I have a tentative title, but I feel like I love it. It's great. It's not being used by anyone. I have a website registered. I'm not sure about the connotations that are insinuated by it. The second thing is I have some legal stuff to take care of. Mainly, I need to get the LLC formed for this new production company that I want to launch to kind of produce all of my filmic projects under. Part of the holdup on that is California. And now I know why so many people form LLCs in Delaware and Nevada and whatnot. California registering an LLC, like actually incorporating, is not. It's not that much of a cost of entry. It's only like a $70 filing fee or whatever. But there's a minimum $800 tax that's due. Just like, it's like the franchise tax. It's an $800 minimum. It doesn't matter whether you make a dime or not. And I know all you California haters and be like, yeah, it's because it's a big, high tax state, whatever. I know. Look, you don't have to tell me. It is what it is. It's just something I'm going to have to just choke back and go, okay. And I guess maybe hopefully make some money off of some of these projects. And I mean, literally it's just to cover the cost of production, including the cost of licenses or whatever. So I haven't been working specifically on the documentary, aside from gathering some archival footage and scheduling the next set of interviews. That should get me, I think, enough to at least start putting together a decent kind of working cut, and specifically to put together a short trailer, which will then be when I'll probably be talking more about the project, because I'll have something to show, and maybe there'll be some crowdfunding. So you'll get to hear all about that, and you won't be sick of it at all at that point. This is my notes, by the way. And there's a doodle. And look, there's another thing. No, I have notes because I always have these ideas. I was like, I want to talk about all these things, and then I never do, and then I have these really awful, boring blogs. So that's the thing, like I get these ideas all day, and there's just ideas coming to my head, and I will make notes on my phone. I'll be like, hey, come back to these ideas. I've got a whole series of ideas to do videos around filmmaking, honestly kind of poking fun at videos that are about filmmaking. Because I watch a lot of these. I subscribe to a lot of YouTube channels, and there's some really good YouTube channels that do they're like little tips and tricks about lighting and using and editing and effects and whatever, and they're great. But there's so many, and it's like everyone's doing the same thing. How many videos on 3-point lighting do we need? And also I am guilty of it. All these interviews I've been doing, I've been using perfect 3-point lighting and here's your key light and your fill light and your backlight and your hair light and your bulb. All this stuff ends up looking the same. Okay, I get the idea out, but then once the idea's out, then I'm like, oh, I have to actually do it. Ideas come easy. It's the execution. But that's true of anything in life. There's all these people who are like, oh, I got this great idea for a book. Well, sit down and write it. Sit down and write. That's why I don't talk about things normally until they're done. or at least being done, because I don't be like that guy that's always like, yeah, I've got a couple of screenplays I'm working on. Yeah, I have a couple of screenplays I'm working on too. They're not done. They're not, probably because I'm sitting here making stupid videos like this. I was working on the documentary. Obviously, I can't work on it if I'm not like actually shooting for it or doing whatever. So I was finishing off these TV pilots. I was pitching those, and I'm like, okay, those are off. Those are done. I entered a few contests or whatever. Okay, those are off. So then I'm like, okay, well then now I'm gonna take this breather to work on said screenplays. I was like, okay, I need to go back. I need to just sit down and just finish up these. And I got an idea for two more. And so I open 2 new documents and I start 2 more screenplays, and I'll get 10 pages into one and 10 pages into another, and I'm like, what am I doing? I think I said this on Twitter a while ago. Even if you get a page done on one script a day, that's 1 more page. So even if you're working on 4 screenplays and you get 2 pages a week on each done, in a year, that's 100 pages. That's a script. That's it. You know, I mean, your average like feature-length script is 120 pages. I'm trying not to drive myself nuts with the numbers and just go, okay, it's just because I get really excited about new things, and then I get bored with the old things, and everyone's like that. But it's a curse for me. So that's what's going on. Next week, the Utopian Foundation graphic novel thing comes out. If you guys haven't pre-ordered it, I hate you. That's all. I hate you. I've come to spread this message of hate. No, I'm just kidding. Don't buy my stuff. If you're watching this, that means you're my friend, and I don't want you spending money. Save the money for when I ask you for it to help pay for my filmmaking projects, because those are the things that cost real money. Also, another weird thing. Some of y'all still don't know that I don't live in Las Vegas anymore. I don't know if I haven't been explicit about it. I did update my LinkedIn, my Twitter, and I don't know what else, but I don't live in Las Vegas anymore. I live in Huntington Beach, California. My heart's still in Vegas. My job's still in Vegas. My storage unit's still in Vegas. My email address is still Vegas. My phone number's still Vegas. I'm just here by the beach, just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not by the. Well, I do live near the beach, but I'm in this apartment, in this room with bought this in Vegas. I'm gonna go for real now before we lose this beautiful light. I hope you had a wonderful day, week, holiday, 4th of July. Another very important holiday is coming up August 4th. I'll let you figure out which one that is. Leave in the comments below how you plan to celebrate the national holiday on August 4th.